everyone, it seems like, eventually graduates out of Berlin.
Yeah. So a lot of people move out.
Yeah.
Do you have plans? Do you think that at some point you will come back to Oregon or something?
My priorities, shifted, and this is a great city to raise children in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You're the first person that I hear to say that.
Oh, I mean, well, I'm just comparing it to anywhere in America.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And schools even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, or unless you live in Neukölln. Or do you live in Neukölln?
I'm close to Neukölln, but no, I'm in Kreuzberg. But where I live in a lot of this city, there's outside places to play.
Yeah.
There's child care, there's prenatal care, there's postnatal care, there's
that is true.
There's just things like that. Like, you almost no one gets shot here.
They can go to the school without.
Yeah, it's like it is. And it's one of those things, like, I don't know where you guys grew up, like how much violence or chaos there was.
Well, we measure in how many heads are in the street.
Okay. Where we come from is actually the state that has, the most dangerous.
One of the most
dangerous, but still, we managed to survive.
Somehow.
But there's a thing, I don't know, like, at what point, how long you had to live away from there, where you were like, you realized you weren't about it?
Yeah. At some point you realize, I remember once they throw a grenade on a festival.
But that was really heavy stuff.
I love that you're like, it's not like we have grenades in every festival.
Exactly, yeah.
No, because it was a very weird,
and it was not
Independence Day celebration. And I remember being with some friends at the bar, and then a friend told me, I'm gonna get my girlfriend, and then like 10 minutes later he calls and he says, oh shit, I just crashed my car. Actually, it was not his car, it was a friend's car. He said, I just crashed, and we asked him, how bad is it? It's completely bad. Is everything destroyed? I just hit a wall. And so we went there, and there was the police and everything. And then the police said, all right, guys, we need to go. Something bad happened, so you figure out. So we were just left there. And then we just start seeing militaries and everything just passing through the streets, and we were like, what the fuck? What just happened? We had no internet back then or Twitter to see what just happened in that moment. And then our cell phones started to sound and say, come back home. Something happened. Some cartels throw a grenade in the middle of the celebration. So the city is big chaos. So we were like, oh fuck, that was like super shocking. And it stayed like with this fear, like in Berlin after the terrorist attack, like with this paranoia, for 3 months that you.
What terrorist attack?
In the Christmas market.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was that feeling like, that was really bad. But in a normal day life, things can happen, but you just live with it.
Yeah.
You know that you don't have to mess with certain kinds of cars, like big black trucks.
Right.
And so there's kind of things.
There's those things that are like ingrained where you're like in the corner of your eye looking for that truck maybe, or just noticing it. And then 5-6 years of like living in a relative safety, then all of a sudden, I don't know, there was a time when like I felt something lift where I was like, oh, right, I don't have to worry about certain things.
Yeah.
And it's like a fear, and there's like like getting shot. It's not like that. I didn't live in places. I've never really consciously thought someone's about. Well, no, I mean like in specific situations, but like in general, like, but there's like the more just like, if I break my leg, I don't know what's going to happen next. Like those kind of low level anxieties that happen in places where like you don't feel like you have a safety net. I don't know. I always wonder like if it's, if you're going somewhere with grenades, do you feel that ever?
But for example, here I have also children, and that feeling that I have here that, still, it's Berlin. It's a big city, and you hear a lot of stuff in the news. But I'm not really scared for the safety of my children, as long as they know when to stop to cross the street. I know they're gonna be fine. But it's never like in Mexico, or some other countries where I can think, oh, okay, I need to bring them with a car and always have an eye on them because I don't know what's gonna happen. Here, I feel completely safe. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of there's places I don't want my kids like I know they're gonna step in feces and it might not be dog. Like there's like where do the things? Where do I like really like
Schönleinstraße?
There's not like streets or alleys where I'm like, oh no, we can't like get off at this station.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's somewhere I'm like, if we get off at this station, I'm gonna have a conversation like explaining certain things, and that's fine. That's just work. I can take it. But I'm never like, we don't go there.
Yeah.
There's nowhere. I mean, and maybe I'm naive or I'm lucky in that, but it's.
Or maybe when you're in this city, you get used to those kind of stuff and you know how to approach them, even to explain them to children. Because I guess that even Germans that come from a very little village in the middle of Bavaria, they come here and they are like shocked. And everything for them is a big shock. And in a big city, it's stressing me. And I saw a homeless person and they like,
yeah. One of their first things is that they say is it's dirty.
Yeah.
So that's their
My
complaint.
kid said that to someone was visiting. He's like, you're going to think it's dirty. But it's just cool.
It's somehow it is. I mean, one of my first times here in Berlin also, it was very impressive that, especially in Kreuzberg or Neukölln, all the graffiti and all the houses, okay, poor landlords, their buildings are all full with graffiti, but that was cool. A relative of mine lives in the US and told me, whoa, everything is full of graffiti. Is it safe here? Is it not like gangs or something here? And like, no, or maybe, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Nothing happens.
No, because here is art.
It's art.
It's art. Yeah. It's true. I mean, in the US, you see this level of graffiti and you're like, oh, something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
And here you're just like, no, we kind of just planned it. That was that's the vibe.
That's the vibe. Berlin.
Like, you see like something without graffiti and you're like, now something's gone wrong. Like wow. Whoever gentrified that.
Yeah.
But like to build a place new, it doesn't have the graffiti, but anyone who can afford to keep covering it up, you're like, that's
exactly.
Yeah, it's like wow. I mean, and then I know I had that flip. Like I'll go do a tour, and I'm on a bus or a train if I'm lucky, and I'm going through some city in southern Germany or whatever, and there's no graffiti.
Yeah.
And then not only that, all the walls are white. And I'm like, guys, like what happened?
Yeah.
It's like some sort of reverse zombie apocalypse thing. Like you guys, where I'm from, we just call that a canvas. Like that's not a wall. What are you, just white? Really?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, then I'm uncomfortable. It's sort of like if you drop me in the middle of the woods, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm in trouble. If you drop, but someone who's living in the woods, they're like, it's fine. And then you drop them on a corner, and there's
it's the kind of thing also that I have when I pass by or go to Switzerland. Everything is like so clean, so perfect that I feel like just my presence there is already making some sort of disorder.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I guess people just shave like every day, or what is the deal? Like
exactly.
Like, how does that? I remember I remember being in Stockholm for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I felt so short and so poor and so dirty and stupid. And I was just like, people were really nice to me. And I was like some little, golem kind of.
People's nice. They're giving me money.
Yeah,
I just have a coffee and then they put money on my cup.